For OKSE Apex Legends. We are setting up the lobby still. There's a big update today, so some of the schools are still downloading the update. So bear with us. We'll start the matches as soon as we can. Everyone is again still downloading. It should be another 10-15 minutes, I think, and then we will get started. Thank you for joining us today. This is the Scissortail division, the small school division for Oklahoma High School Apex Legends. Hey, and while we're here waiting, still waiting all these schools to download their updates and get in the game here. Make sure to go check out Choctaw Careers. There's a QR code on your screen there. Scan that, or go to the link down in the description of the YouTube video. You should see a link down there as well. Choctaw Careers helps sponsor Southeastern Esports, and we really appreciate those guys. Go check out what they have to offer at their career section. Choctaw hires people all over the state of Oklahoma to do all kinds of different things, and even a lot of people from North Texas. So if you're watching today and you want to change careers or look at what's available, go ahead and scan that QR code and go check them out. Hey, everybody watching on stream, thanks for being here. Just a reminder, we are waiting on everyone to join the lobby. Everyone had a big update for Apex today, so a little bit of a delay on the stream. Sorry about that. I think everyone is almost done updating, and then we'll be able to kick off the lobby. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. Hang with us for just a little bit longer as we try to get everyone updated, and then we'll kick off the match. Thank you guys for joining the stream. Yeah, we are getting closer. Some of these consoles that players are on and schools have are just taking a little bit longer than desired. As you can tell, the lobby is a little bit more full. The big team we're waiting on is Macomb. So hopefully they get updated fully here in a minute and get in the lobby, and we can go with the first match. Thank you guys for joining us today here at Southeastern Esports. Big shout out to Choctaw Careers. If you see that QR code on your screen, go ahead and click it. If you're on a phone or mobile watching us today, go ahead and scroll down, and you can. It's in the YouTube description, or maybe it's on our YouTube homepage. Go check out Choctaw Careers if you're looking to change up your jobs, do something else, see what available options are out there. Choctaw is a fantastic company to work for and to work with. So feel free to, scan that code, click the link, and go check them out and see what is available out there through Choctaw Careers. Shout out to OKSE. This is the OKSE High School Apex Legends. We're going to turn on our players. As you can see, there's a DJ back there in the back on cam. We're going to turn him off so that you don't see him no more. That's a little awkward. All right, there we go. That was DJ back in the back. He is in our esports arena right now, and he turned that PC on, and his cam came on for the stream. But yeah, OKSE is the high school league that runs this Apex League. So we're excited and thankful for the opportunity to get to stream the matches for them, host the lobbies for them. A huge shout out to Octane Collegiate. They are the fellas who have helped us secure some lobby codes so that we can put team names on stream, and we can customize the lobby a whole lot more than we normally able to with the default settings. So huge shout out to Octane Collegiate as we play, our Apex team plays in their Apex Legends League, and so thankful for those guys helping us out there. But yeah, thanks for joining us. We are still waiting on Macomb. Looks like that's the last couple players we need, and then we will start the lobby. everybody on stream, again, sorry about the delay. We are working on it. Team is still trying to join. I'm gonna go ahead and play a couple highlight films for you guys. You actually have something to watch while we wait. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for joining us. Again, we're waiting on one more team, and as soon as they jump in here and we're going, we will get started. You're live too. You're on stream. All right, here we goes. Thank you guys for being here. We are about to start the match. Everybody's here. Everybody's made it. Thank you guys for joining us today for some Apex Legends. We got the Scissortail division coming up in front of us here. It'll be match point, so first to 50, and then you have to win the lobby to win the series. This is the state championship for high school Apex Legends here in Oklahoma. So everybody that's here, appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys in chat if you are there. Joining me today is Mr. Goat. He is the team captain, IGL coach for our Valorant team here at Southeastern. He also plays Apex. We went and played at an Apex LAN just on Sunday down in Dallas, and Mr. Goat played for us there. I represent Southeastern well for a bunch of Valorant players. They did pretty good. Yeah, E District is our first map. We'll see how it goes. Brayden, if you are talking, you are muted.
Yeah, it usually helps to not be muted, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so we need to make sure that Cheyenne is at E-Bank.
Okay.
Cordell is at Draft Point. That helps to make sure these drops are right. I think we do have 33 players.
Yeah, 11 teams, 33 players. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, the first map is E District. They'll play 2 maps of E District, 2 maps of World's Edge, and then 2 maps of Storm Point if it goes that long. This is the draft round pick here. We want Cheyenne at E-Bank. That's really what we want here. So we'll see what all the players draft here. Looks like several lifelines.
Yep, that's what I was about to say. It doesn't seem like I don't see any alters so far, which is kind of weird because alter is probably the best. Oh, there's a 1. I think we had either 1 or 2 alters, which is this is probably Alter's best map with the able for her to reset and for her to keep through the walls and stuff like that. So
and only a few. I don't know if this is right. Drops is right. Oh, Cheyenne? Yeah, Cheyenne dropped energy bank. That is what I had. So unless it's just weird coincidence, looks like drops are right. So yeah, this is the loot phase for Apex Legends. So all the teams are gonna spend some time looting, figuring out. Yeah, just kind of starting off. Ripley is at Angel Agent. So let's make sure Ripley is there. Looks like they are. Yeah, drops right. Good deal. So all the teams are gonna loot, as you can see on the map here. We'll see kind of. They're all gonna just level up. Probably go around and get some of these caches, these little energy or shield caches to help level up their shields before they really start fighting. This isn't the normal way Apex Legends works. Normally you fly on a dropship over the top of the map and everyone just drops kind of randomly across the map. But this is kind of the more competitive style where you pick a location and you drop directly on the location. And you're the only person on that location. So you don't have anybody like dropping with you and besides you and having to play the luck of the draw on who ends up with good guns and who ends up with bad guns. This makes it a lot more fair, a lot less luck.
Yep, over here in the bottom right, it looks like we might already have an early fight. You have Davis Wolves walking up here on Canute. I don't know if Canute really knows. I think they're still trying to find like their loot. Everybody's still on gray at this point, which is kind of interesting because like for me, I'd rather go instantly for the Evo Harvesters. But yeah, here we go. We have Davis actually walking up on Canute right now. I'm not sure if they know yet.
Canute separated too.
There we go. Back on the Vantage. Vantage is 1 HP. Trying to throw her badger like gets the one top and gets a knock on a Canute. Pathy over here trying to be pretty aggressive. Everybody trying to get a little bit of research, trying to get 2-on-3 situation winnable.
Yep, it's like, I imagine they're just like, yeah, jump on this guy. They got 3-on-1 here. Canute's pretty separated.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you are the one left over for Canute, you're probably just trying to run away and reset, but he's actually trying to walk up and trying to help him. I'm actually not sure. This is probably something I would have done if I would have just left him.
Yeah.
Try to just get a full reset. Oh, he does get a knock onto one though, so this might be winnable. Revenant just trying to play his life a little bit, trying to get a crack on the one. Unfortunately, he doesn't. He's looking over still. Yeah, if you're bang right here, you're literally just trying to fight smoke and leave.
Yeah, he needs to get out of there. But I work on the reset.
If you actually look over here at the top of the map over here by Galleria, you actually have Cheyenne getting a knock onto.
Trying to watch the end of this fight here on Canute Davis. Yeah, Canute's not running though. He's gonna try to just fight it out. Canute was eliminated.
Up here at the north side of the map, you have three teams actually fighting right now. You have Cheyenne, Ripley, and I can't actually see the last team.
Yeah, Cheyenne.
And Macomb. Macomb's actually just kind of sitting here, kind of ratting, waiting for everybody to run away so they can actually get a reset. That's actually not an awful play. It's pretty good. Kind of just let everybody else fight. But Ripley does take down two. And then, honestly, Cheyenne's doing the exact same thing. So...
yeah. Both just gonna hide and wait it out. Then we got another little fight going on here between Spyro and Davis Wolves 2. Davis might have got the drop on him. Yeah, Davis got one knock. 2 knocks for Davis. They just got the third here. Lots of damage.
Yep. And there goes Spyro. They are
Spyro's eliminated. Looks like Ripley is looking for these other players though. I think they know they're still here somewhere. Just don't know where.
Yeah, I think what they did is actually hit the, I'm pretty sure they walked, they hit the player scan over there, and they found out the last person. I'm pretty sure they're probably going to try to do the same thing for Macomb. They actually probably know he's here.
Yeah, I think they're definitely looking for him, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Ripley's
lots of damage.
Yeah, and Ripley gets the finish onto Macomb. Macomb is now eliminated. But you have Canadian over here hearing the shots. I don't know if they know it was like a full reset or if they would just like heard the fighting, but they're actually walking over here trying to get a third party. But you do have Ripley over here already almost getting close to purple, so it's also a pretty big advantage. A lot of space for some of these teams on the south side of the zone, but you do have Canadian over here about to fight Ripley.
Let's go this way.
Yeah. Canadian fighting Ripley here. Ripley is on a hot streak for sure. Already knocking out 2 teams. So Canadian, maybe they're feeling pretty good. Maybe they don't realize it's Ripley and who they're actually going up against here. Because really you want to get placement. So fighting here over and over early on is not always the best play.
Yeah,
especially against a team like Ripley.
Yeah, and when you're on a 7 squads left, you're kind of just playing for that 5th place, like kind of waiting for everybody to like reset. Try to get the res out in the open and to get the drop, and this will probably be team wipe here in a second. Yep, Canadian is eliminated. So basically, and then here comes, actually, if you're over here on the bottom side of the zone, you have Wayne fighting a few teams as well. You actually have
and Wayne with Davis Wolves 2 rolling in behind Wayne. They're gonna Wayne and Kapal are gonna. Wayne doesn't see them actually.
Listen.
Yeah, I think they're just gonna walk out, maybe.
Yeah. Wayne's unaware of Davis. Oh, now they're fighting. There they go.
Yeah, you also have Davis on purple. So honestly, if they see that they're on blue or anything like that, they're probably just gonna go in and play as a team here.
Yeah, it looks like Wayne gonna try to readjust here and just back off the fight. Not wanting to really engage with them. But yeah, Davis not giving up on that. Still putting a lot of pressure on him. Forcing them to probably play outside of zone here as the wall's going to start closing in before too long.
Yeah, you get 2 knocks there, and this is probably going to be a squad wipe for for Wayne, unfortunately, and there goes Wayne. Wayne is unfortunately eliminated.
Davis
Over here, they're
Wolves.
going to get a shield swap off of this, and you actually have one of the Quapal players actually really close to them. I think they're trying to like reset and stuff like that, so pretty far from their team though.
Yeah, pretty far. Got a long way to go. Maybe he's just trying to be quiet and walk away here. Not make too much noise. Davis Wolves seems like they heard him at least. Knowing that he's above them.
Target over there. Enemy spotted.
Alright, well the other two Quapal players are engaging here back towards draft point. Against Davis Wolves 1. Good Q there by the Ash. Ash is gonna try to go for a flank here. With Ash's dashes, it helps that flank be a lot faster. So hopefully he can get around, but his other two players already got 2 knocks there in the building.
The boss player is super far, so honestly the best thing to do right here is probably to try to get a reset if it's possible. And then you actually had Davis Wolves 2 actually probably hear that fight, so they're not going to come in here and try to get a third party. And you actually hear, I'm pretty sure Ripley actually heard it too.
Yeah,
They
Ripley
like,
did. Yeah,
you can
they're
see it
already
too,
pushing
and
in.
they are zipping. They're doing everything they can to try to get as many kills as possible. They're going to hit this player scan. And they're also going to see that there's probably 7 people around here. So they're going to instantly go for a fight over here. Yeah, they're going to try to go onto the bridge, probably get height and look down at all these teams. Honestly, another team, we have a team out of the zone as well. They're trying to rotate back in. But everyone's still not in zone. There's not a single person in zone right now, which is kind of interesting. Actually, one Ripley player is there, and you have someone trying to take the jump cottage, maybe try to rotate back into zone.
So Davis Wolves 1 trying to get that rotation in pretty quick, go to zone. Ripley looks like they may try to just follow that.
Yep.
Oh, Havoc's back on the ground. That's cool.
Yeah, a couple of changes too. Like the P20's got nerfed just a little bit. The Havoc is back on the ground, and it's nerfed because it was in the care package, so made the weapon a little bit worse just so it could be back on the ground. And you have a reset from Quapal, and they're probably just going to walk in his zone, but you see Ripley over here definitely hears the reset and the res, so they're probably just going to try to go for as many kills as they rotate in. And all of these players are outside of zone, though.
Yeah, Pod's pushing that reset right now. The alternator gameplay, though. Okay, here's their other footsteps. Gonna make the chase off these revive characters here.
You can actually already see a difference in the...
Standing still alive here for Quapal. And just... I mean, if you sit still, they don't see you. You know what I'm saying? Ripley doing lots of damage here. I think this is Davis that they're fighting. Yeah, Davis Wolves 2. End the fight with Ripley.
Move this way.
Getting some heals off. Gonna retreat a little bit as they took a lot of damage. Looks like the ballistic, though, might not be able to get out of this one. Ripley is definitely putting a lot of pressure on him. They're trying their best to get a bit of a reset.
Yeah, and you have Davis Wolves actually in the zone. They actually just hit the zone scan as well. They were going to know what those one of the final zones are, and then you're probably just going to have Ripley try to eliminate everybody else on the outside of the zone. And honestly, you have the same Quapal member probably trying to just like wait and see if there is a craft or anything, if they can grab like the banners or anything like that. Not sure if they're going to be able to do that. You also have Davis Wolves sitting on the outside of zone. They're probably about to start rotating in right now. But they are going to rotate right into the Davis Wolves, who actually has a Kraber.
Might be something good this way.
Let's see if we can see any of this Coffee Monkey Kraber action. Kraber and Red Shields is pretty good here for Davis Wolves. They may be able to do something. Davis Wolves 2 are fighting currently Ripley. And now both Davis Wolves happen to be fighting Ripley, as we kind of got a little bit of a sandwich there between them two. So one of Ripley players go down.
Also, it's a pretty decent movement over here by Podge. You can already see the difference of the Pathfinder buff over here with having these second grapples. Actually, pretty good. So and you have a Copa member running in here. Podge might see this. Well, maybe not.
Yeah, Davis is fighting Davis now, also on the other side of the map, other side of the circle. Yeah, I think Podge hears him. And he does. Yeah. He's trying to wait him out here.
And Copa's limited, but they did get top 4, so they do get the placement points and stuff like that.
Yeah, top 4 is good placement. So now it's Ripley versus Davis 1 and Davis 2. Davis 1 over here on the right side of the zone, Davis 2 on the left orange team, and then Ripley, only 2 players left on Ripley's team at the top of the circle here.
They did
2
not grab the banner.
Kravers for Davis 1, by the way.
Oh, wow.
2 Kravers, 2 Reds, and a gold shield.
Yeah, Davis Wolves 1 are definitely in a pretty decent spot here.
The other Davis team is circling around here on Ripley, trying to get an angle, looks like. Trying to push into zone.
Yeah, if you're probably trying to play for them the third part, for the other team to fight, but it looks like actually Davis Wolves 2 are actually trying to bring the fight to them.
Yeah.
Davis Wolves 1 hears that. They're actually going to start walking down as well right now.
Yep.
Ripley, one of the players, gets cracked. Podge is trying to play just like a good head glitch over here. And then honestly, they might get wrapped right behind them over here for Ripley.
Yeah. Yeah, looks like it's gonna be a little bit rough. They're all trying to just third party each other more than likely, not want to take too much damage themselves. But Ripley is a little bit right in the center of them right here. Not sure exactly how they're gonna be able to fight their way out of this.
This is gonna be unfortunate too. They're also not in the. The edge of the building is in this zone right here, so they actually zip up to the top. Ripley is trying to get away over here. Podge is going to try to use the grapple to try to get away. Honestly, they are just trying to like run him down as fast as they can. He's going to try to survive as long as he can. Honestly, trying to hope that he can outlive to get second place. It's going to be kind of tough to win this, and he unfortunately Ripley is eliminated. So now it is Davis Wolves 1 versus Davis Wolves 2. Bubba gets almost just knocked to get a crack onto Davis Wolves 1, and it is now a 2v2. They might try to over here get a reset and get a res off. Shoot, that is 2 knocks, and only 1 player left for Davis Wolves 1. He's probably going to try to play for zone to see if he can kill them as they walk in. But doing that, you're going to have a let them able to reset, and that's not something you want to do. Probably just want to try to fight them as fast as you can. It's going to be unfortunate. It's probably going to be a win for Davis Wolves 2, but you never know.
Yep. Odds are definitely in their favor, as it is a 3v1 now. But he does have the Kraber, so that could help even the odds a little bit. One shot with the Kraber. 150 does a lot of damage.
Unfortunate. The Devo is pretty good, but it's kind of unfortunate in this spot with no SMG. Has to take the energized zip just to take a little bit less damage. I get to the spot, and honestly, just kind of running down here. This is kind of like a thing where kind of hope for the best type of moment. And there is Davis Wolves 2. They are the winners of map 1.
Yep, Davis Wolves 2. All right. So Davis Wolves 2. With first place, Davis Wolves 1. With second place, Ripley at third place. So now we'll get to go to the score screen and see, exactly how many points each team got with their kills, their KP as well, added to their placement points. We will start the next match momentarily. Check out the scoreboard, give a quick update, and then we will queue again. Match summary here. We've got Davis Wolves 2, first place in 9 kills. Davis Wolves 1, second place in 8 kills. Ripley in third place with 11 kills. And we've got Kapal, Cimarron, Wayne, Canadian, Macomb, Cheyenne with 1 kill in 9th place. Spyro, and then Canute. To those do have their own point system, so we can switch to the scoreboard real fast. Check out the scoreboard. It's like the scoreboard has not updated just quite yet to see exactly where everybody stands. But we'll check it here and there. It'll take a little bit sometimes for it to update. It doesn't always update automatically. So we'll check it on and off. to see where we're at. And once everybody ready's up, we will go again. Oh, that is yesterday's scores. Ish. That is kind of today's scores, but it is not correct. That one's all wonky. I'm not gonna look at that one because that one's not correct. Sorry about that. Once everybody ready's back up, we go again. We're still waiting on a couple players ready up. Those few players could ready up. We'll get going for our second match of the day. Remember, team has to get to full point system all the way to 50 points, and then they're on match point, and they can win. I'm gonna pull up a different screen here. Looks like it's not updating.
So, good question. If there's a tie for the character that was the most, gets banned.
Make sure. Let me go check, see why stuff's not updating here. That's here to see where we're at. Does not look like it is auto updating for some reason. Go ahead, select it here.
Why are you going big?
There we go. There is at least the game one on there. Let's just do that. All right, so now we can see, make sure everybody's readied up. Everybody is readied up, so we're gonna go ahead and. Oh, no, we're not. All right. As those teams get readied up, we can check out the scoreboard real fast. It should have updated just then. There we go. Davis Wolves is at 21 points. Ripley is at 18. Davis Wolves 1 is at 17 points. Kapaw's at 5. Simron is at 4. Wayne is at 3. Canadian is at 3. Cheyenne is at 3. Macomb's at 2. Spowers at 2. And then Canute is at 1 point. We will go to game 2. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for being here. We're going to go into game number 2 here for OKSE Apex Legends Scissortail Division. Thanks for joining us. That was game 1. Yeah, and remember, the team has to get to 50 points for them to be at match point, and then once they hit that 50-point threshold, they can then win the series. They must win the game to win the series here at the end. So we're in for at least 2 more games. And then depending on, how the games go, could be a few more than just 2. Thanks for joining us, and we will keep watching some Apex.
Okay, are we already starting? Because we were looking into the having 2 David thing, because going from the back, it's kind of obvious.
No. There's no chance that we. So there.
Yeah, I think we counted like bullets, but
All right, here we go with the draft pick here. There was a character banned. I'm not sure which character it was, as I
It should have been
cannot
Ash.
see. It was Ash? Nope, not Ash.
Definitely not Ash.
Not Lifeline.
I think it was a tied thing, so I think it messed up again. So I
Oh,
think
yeah.
we'll just have to.
If it was a
we'll just-
tie, yeah, sometimes when it's a tie, it doesn't ban anybody. So it looks like probably nobody was banned, more than likely, there. Which is no big deal. All right, here we go for the second match of E District. All the teams will be landing in the same spots they chose last time. And then they'll again loot up a little bit and then start fighting. So it'll be a little bit slower of a start, as we see with Apex. Pretty normal. We'll check out some of the teams maybe we did not get to see very much last game. We got Red Wolf here for Spyro. And I do not know how to say L's after the L here. Another play for Spyro. And then Easy Pickens on the Valkyrie.
Yeah, Vox also, like, when people start to get, when legends start to get banned, it's actually not a bad play because of you can kind of get into pretty decent spots, especially on height with the Valkyrie. But again, like it's a little weird not seeing as many ashes here, or not ashes, but altars. Just because like altars are very good at resetting. Someone gets knocked, you can just take the portal back. But hey, if you like the comp you played, then honestly, it doesn't matter how you play it.
Yeah.
Attention.
We got UGAS here for Cimarron, and Warped Mass, and Trailblazer. Canadian, I Eat Dirt, nice. Quam Soapy's Century, Soppy Century, and then Cram Wham on the Pathfinder.
Let's go over there.
Here for Cheyenne, we got King Sleepy Gibby. Ancent, and Kyle on the Octane. Still no action yet, but it does look on the bottom, the southeast of the map. There might be a little bit same fights that took place early last time. Looks like they same things might happen again here. Cheyenne is making their way towards Ripley though. Looks like they pinged just the map in general.
Cancel that.
Towards Ripley's spot, so maybe they are looking for that Ripley fight. Oh, they are fighting over here though. Canute, one player is down. The two players down.
Yep. And then yeah, if you're over here on the Octane for Canute, you're kind of just like trying to reset. Maybe you're trying to like stem out and trying to get a reset. With two players down, there's not a whole lot you can do other than just try to go into a replicator, craft your teammates, and get a reset on. But I don't know if they are gonna let that happen. They're kind of like trying to run him down.
Oh, and they got the Bloodhound scan.
Yep, and that's probably going to be a team wipe.
Good shots there.
Knock, though.
Yeah, got the knock, but not quite enough to finish it off. That will be it for Canute. Eliminated at team number 11.
Making contact with enemy.
Like Macomb here is starting to fight. Macomb and Cheyenne fighting each other here. With the bow though. Ooh, nice bow shot. Not too good bow shots.
Oh, it does get knocked.
Yep, got a little greedy and not trying to heal himself there behind that rock. Kept peeking with the bow. Feeling good about it, but it wasn't quite enough. It's usually not worth that knock, even if you are doing damage. It's really hard to recover once you get knocked. It's like they are going to try to get the res here. I don't know if Macomb hears it or just being really hesitant on trying to push for it. They think there's a player still to the right, but Cheyenne had already retreated back a little bit. Trying to get that res off.
They're trying to get that full reset off, maybe trying to refight into it, especially with having a Gibby. Yeah, they might try to actually pour it out of here. They do get pretty much a double crack onto both of two of the Macomb players. If you're Cheyenne here, you're probably trying to walk up, especially with getting two cracks onto the shields, and it looks like we're trying to be honestly a little bit greedy, which is
yeah, the Octane pushes his luck. Keep trying to get that damage done when he's low on health.
Yeah, if you're right there, you're probably trying to do your best to like get a port or something like this and try to port out and get your team like an advantageous fight or something like that.
Home full healing here though. Feeling good. Both teams about full health. Go ahead and gonna use that Bangalore ult. thinking maybe that they had already walked out. Little do they know, they're still underneath the balcony, right beside them.
Yeah, and honestly, if you're Ripley here, I'm pretty sure you already, yeah, you can see them pinging already over there. They're going to try to walk up and try to third this. Yeah, they hear all the fighting and stuff like that. They're probably going to try to Ash TP, or they're going to lifeline grapple over there.
The longer this fight takes, also, the more teams are going to hear all the action and make their way over this way.
Good Gibby bubble. Good Gibby bubble to hold. And they try to walk through and try to shotgun. It's totally fine, totally normal. But you do have Ripley coming here trying to third party, so they got to yep. So you got to finish this fight as fast as possible if you're either a team.
Oh, Ripley just DP'd on him, I think.
Ripley just DP'd, yep. And honestly, Ripley might just try to win this, like, this entire fight. There goes Cheyenne was eliminated, and there goes Macomb. Macomb is eliminated. And because they were taking so long on that fight, no one poured it out, no one tried to get a reset. There is a, it was just kind of easier for Ripley because both teams are low. So.
Davis Wolf won here, trying to look at the fight with Wayne, but Wayne might not be wanting to fight here, as they seem to be running from him.
Going here. You lot, getting behind.
Survey beacon here.
Over here on the north side of the zone, you have Ripley getting a scan. They're probably going to try to immediately fight. But over here on the south side of the zone, we do have a Bloodhound scan getting Wayne over here, and they're probably getting crunched between two teams, actually.
Max level. Only one way.
Let's go over there.
Got my upgrade. Let's see where it
Yep,
takes me.
Davis Wolves too, they're getting a couple knocks, pulling back. The fight's still going on over there, though. Davis Wolves too, kind of getting wrapped on a little bit here, but I think Wayne is just trying to survive and not actually engaging in the fight. Kapal, on the other hand, getting knocked by Davis Wolves. One knock from Davis Wolves. I think they're about to get the second one on the, yep, there's the second one, and looks like Davis Wolves just got the squad wipe on Kapal. Kapal has been eliminated. That's Davis Wolves 2 on the wipe there. Davis Wolves 1 though, right walking up on Davis Wolves 2 here. Right after that fight. I think Davis Wolves had plenty of time though to get the reset. And so it should be a normal 3v3 here. Oh, looks like there is more action up here. Ripley just eliminated Canadian. Missed most of that fight due to the other one. But Ripley did, yeah, ended up taking out Canadian there. Looks like there's still yeah, Ripley's got a straggler here. From, what team is this? Cimarron straggler. Oh, they got the knock there. Gonna go ahead and finish the knock. While Wampus on the run, gonna go try to get the revive for his teammates. Looks like Davis Wolves 1 versus Davis Wolves 2 figured out they didn't really want to make that fight happen, as they both had quite a big stretch to try to play each other, as they were looking at each other from that side over to this side, and lots of open field there between them. It would have been a really hard push to make, especially when both teams were hitting their shots. Davis Wolves 2 is a little bit close to Wayne here, but it does look like Wayne is not looking for a fight.
Yeah, they're top 5 right now. You're probably trying to like let as many teams go through.
Yeah, they're kind of just tucked, waiting. They're in zone, not too worried about it. Well, it looks like Ripley working their way into zone here with the grapples and with the all that stuff. I don't think they know Cimarron is over here. They did hit a ping, so they might have heard a couple footsteps as he did start running away. It is going to be kind of hard to find him. There's just lots of corners to tuck and lots of places to run here that, unless they know exactly where he's at, it's going to take a minute.
Yeah, especially with an Octane and how fast Octanes can be. You can just take the stem and try to run as fast as you can.
Yeah, really hard to chase the Octane. Even with the new Pathfinder upgrade, it's still pretty hard to chase an Octane.
Octane does get the banners and the reset on it, so might see a res here soon. He is going to...
if they see the res, they're definitely going to push it.
Yeah.
Which is good for Ripley, because that's 3 KP additional, 3 additional KP.
Yeah, they do see it right now. They're actually
Might be something
Honestly,
good
if you're
this way.
Ripley, I think you actually let them res.
Yeah, you let them res. Yeah, you let them get that
Let 'em
res
get
off
the
for
KP.
sure to get the KP.
And because you're
yeah.
already in zone. Right.
Evac tower deployed.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a
there's-
cool. That's actually a cool little strat they have there. To be honest with you, I don't know if you saw that, but he actually res. He res and he pops the evac, so when they jump out of the jump tower, they can actually jump onto the evac.
Oh yeah.
To make it so they don't have to fall as near as fall as slow. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, it
Not
is
quite
the
enough.
lifeline that is left,
And there it is.
and they are eliminated.
That is quite a bit of KP for Ripley already. That are 4 kills. They have 10 kills already, sitting at least 4th position. So looking good going into the end game here. As Davis Wolves 2 looks to be on Ripley's side of the zone, as Ripley's going to be coming in. Davis Wolves 1 on the further south side of the zone. And then this was Wayne over here. With the reset, got the res, and playing that far left side of the zone. Ripley is going to have to force their way into zone here.
Shield cell here. Care package over there.
Yeah, you have Ripley rotating in here. I think they're actually probably going to try to hit this player scan, maybe, and then try to go off of that. Yep, there they are. They're going to hit the player scan now. And you actually have Davis Wolves 1 shooting on a Davis Wolves 2 as they cross the bridge over here. And then you're going to have Ripley hitting the scan, see where everybody else is on the zone, and they're probably going to try to make a fight for this. They're actually going to try to throw it to the jump tower, but they're not. Davis Wolves 2 is turning around to fight Wayne, if they saw Wayne. I'm not sure if they actually saw Wayne.
Yeah, they shot Wayne. Yeah, they put a couple shots on him. They're going to end up pushing here, I think. They are going to be the attackers with the ballistic ult, so, you know. Infinite ammo, quick reloads, lots of pressure. Got the 1 knock, 2 knocks, looking for the 3rd now. Sure they are unaware of where he is, and he is running.
He's gone. He is
He
gone.
is
He does
out
not
of
want
there.
any part of that. You do have Ripley shooting on Davis Wolves 1 right now. Trying to get some damage out of them. Wayne is trying to wait for. Wayne's actually gonna run over here into the craft over here and craft the teammates. Maybe even try to get a res. Honestly, would be a really good reset. Trying to get 3rd place. That's kind of like what you're shooting for right now.
Yep.
Try to get that extra placement points.
Care package
And you have
over
Davis
there.
Wolves 2 seeing that care package that they see that there's a triple take in there. They're probably gonna try to run in and grab that as well. Ripley is taking some shots over here at Davis Wolves 1, but no one's really able to capitalize off of either one. Both teams are running Pathfinder, which is pretty cool to see. But they have Ripley has an Ash, which is an insane. He has pretty good shot there onto Davis Wolves 1.
Ripley, once again, fighting both Davis Wolves teams. This time, seems like they have a little bit of an advantage here. Not quite as sandwich as they once were before.
This way.
Yeah, if you're Ripley here, I would probably try to like reset into a building.
Yeah, Davis Wolves, the other team, has now noticed that they left the building and now has taken that height.
And that is a huge Bloodhound scan. That's a really good Bloodhound scan. And now they're probably going to try to push off of that one.
Yeah, lots of action happening right here. Lots of teams everywhere. Ripley is in a pretty good spot, though. They've kind of pushed both Davis Wolves teams into each other as they rotated away. And Wayne coming in
We should go this
full
way.
speed into this fight. Yeah, there they go. Ripley with the grenade to start it off. That's Wayne fighting a Davis Wolves team.
Knocks, yep.
Yeah, Wayne getting sandwiched between Ripley and Davis Wolves.
Davis Wolves 1 has 1 player left. Over here is the Pathfinder with no shield trying to hit a bat. Trying to get a reset. I don't know if they're actually, they actually have trying to run him down. Doesn't even get the reset off, unfortunately. And Davis Wolves 1 is eliminated. And Wayne actually does have only 1 player left. And honestly, here's why waiting for second. You just let the other teams fight. If you're revving it, you can just climb up into a really weird spot, or just sit here and rat and let the other teams fight. But you definitely aren't in zone. So, and
Oh,
honestly,
he was
that's just
found.
unfortunate. Wayne is now eliminated. Podge gets the elimination there. So now it is David Wolves 2 fighting Ripley. This is going to be a pretty good zone, but they are just completely across. Whoever the zone pulls to here is most likely going to win this fight. But honestly, Ripley is trying to get ahead of it, just so they know they might pull towards them rather than the other way around.
At this point, it's basically Arena's back. So this is basically just 3v3, Ripley versus Davis Wolves. Straight up fight. Now, Davis Wolves does get the zone pull, but with the Pathfinder ult, which Podge does not have at the moment, wouldn't be that bad of a rotate. But he doesn't have. Well, they have the Ash TP though, so they really should be fine here. The rotate should be pretty easy for them, and they're looking at TPing directly on top of the building. Yeah, the Ashes, they're looking to just push this.
I think this is not a bad play. Honestly, they might try to pop as many ults as they can, like might pop a Bloodhound ult and stuff like that, and try to run in as well.
Oh,
they actually just go in without him.
Davis Wolves waiting,
Davis
but
does get one knock though.
Ripley got the knock. And Ripley's still pushing the fight here. Davis Wolves now having to back off a little bit. But still having that one knock player.
Yep, it might try
that's
to
2v2.
walk up. He's going to nade up so he can try to play his knockdown shield.
Yep, 2v2 here.
They are trying to get the reset, and they did
Podge
get
got one
another knock though.
Yep.
So now it still is a 2v2.
Oh, still
Just
2v2.
trying to take the zip back up. Bloodhound here, you probably need to hit a scan. Try to figure out where they are. And that Eva shoots fast.
Ooh, good grapple there to get away by Podge. Gonna have to try to reheal on the roof here. While Ripley High School Esports player is gonna probably try to hold while Podge is hitting those heals. They've got high ground.
Yeah, exactly. Need to try to hit a whatever here.
Oh,
and honestly, he's gonna try. Honestly, this is a good res.
This is a great res.
I think this. Yeah, and both teams actually go back to a 3v3.
Oh, they're gonna push the roof.
Oh, they're gonna do the roof.
Yep, they're pushing the roof, and they're gonna get the knock. Davis Wolves have 2 knocks. Ripley only has the 1 knock.
And Podge is 1 HP. Don't know if he's actually gonna try to get this bat off. It's gonna be really tough to get this bat off. If he does, this is actually winnable if he gets this bat off. He does only have 6 bullets in. 6 bullets in his Eva. It's gonna be kind of difficult. He's gonna try to actually maybe try to grapple back up. Oh, this is just a little bit.
Ooh,
He's
yeah.
trying to get the
No
grapple
health.
up just to try to get the. Yeah, just no health here. It's gonna be kind of unfortunate. You're just kind of playing. He might be able to get this med kit off, but that's about all he's gonna be able to do. Yeah, this is a little bit unfortunate. Unlucky.
Good plays, good
That's
plays.
right, Davis Wolves 2 is the champion of the second match.
We'll wait for the scoreboard to level up here.
Our Apex champions.
And we'll go to the next bat. See how that match went there for the game. Like Davis Wolves first place with 12 kills, Ripley in second place with 15, Wayne in third place, Davis Wolves 1 with 4 kills in fourth place, Cimarron in fifth place, Canadian with 1 kill in sixth place, Kapaa in seventh place, Macomb 3 kills in eighth place, Cheyenne ninth place, Spyro 10th place, and Canute in 11th place. We'll wait for everyone to ready back up before we start the next one. I'm going to go update the scoreboard so we can make sure all that looks good. Scoreboard update. There it is. All right, that gets us updated there on the scoreboard so we can check it in the stream here. That puts Davis Wolves at 45 points, Ripley at 42 points. Davis Wolves 1 at 26 points, Wayne at 10 points, Kapaw at 8 points, Cimarron at 8 points, Macomb at 7 points, Canadian at 7 points, Cheyenne at 5 points, Spyro at 4 points, and Canute at 2 points. Thank you guys for joining us today. We'll give a minute for everyone to ready back up before we start again. All right. We're waiting for all the teams to ready up before we start again. Let's get it set back up. Everybody could ready up. Oh, we need to switch maps. Sorry about that. That's on me. Get the maps swapped for us here. Next on the world is World's Edge. All right, set up to go to World's Edge. Body going. All right, switch to World's Edge. Switch the drafts. Get where they're going.
Okay, hey Braden, that Ash not banned because
Ash and Bloodhound will be banned now. Made sure to correct the settings. Ash and Bloodhound will both be banned now. Will not be selectable choices for players to pick going into the next one. All right. Looks like we need a couple more ready up.
Yeah, you definitely have two teams here that are probably going to hit match point. You have Davis Wolves 2 and Ripley that are both one. Davis Wolves 2 are 5 points away, and Ripley are 8. So if they just have like a same game, and honestly, it might just come back down to that. So
I'm probably gonna also I'm gonna start this match and just go in. After this match, you just start the next match. Everything should be good to go. Not have to change maps or drops or anything, so everything should be good. I'm gonna have to probably step away, and then I'll have Dawson come up here and help you run the stream. If you need anything though, feel free to reach out. Thank you guys for joining us today. Yeah. I'm gonna play map number 3. Again, nobody can win this round. They're just trying to get to that 50-point match point setting. That's what they're trying to get to right now. All right, here we go. Thank you guys again for joining us. We are going to World's Edge here. Let's make sure everybody's drops are right. I'm gonna have to tab out. I know someone's not super happy about me tabbing out, but you know what? Sometimes you got to tab out. It just is what it is. But you are watching the drop pick, so if I drop frames, not a big deal. We're gonna make sure everyone drops at the right point on the World's Edge map. We're really looking at. Let's make sure Spyro drops Harvester. Yeah, let's make sure Spyro drops Harvester. Ripley will drop Climatizer. So let's make sure those drops happen, and we'll be good to go.
Yeah, you definitely see the Ash Band and the Bloodhound Band coming through, which is I don't think I can't remember the last time I actually played Bloodhound, but the Ash Band, that's pretty normal. Ash is in a pretty decent state at the moment, so
Drops are right.
It's good to definitely see. It's good to definitely see some diversity in the see some changes in some of the comps. So yeah, we have honestly everybody here is pretty spread out except for on the top left side of the zone. Davis Wolves 2 are kind of close to Canute and to Davis Wolves 1. So I probably won't see any fight just for a little bit. It's kind of like a hard looting phase, like where everybody's gonna try to get all their loot and everything they need. Try to get into blue, maybe even purple shields, especially with only having with it being spread out. So Davis Wolves 1 are going for trials here at the moment. So they're going to try to get as much loot as they can.
Let's go over here.
Okay.
Evo harvesters are now available.
All right. Yeah, so lots of looting. As happens, no one's really fighting yet. Looks like Trailblazers over here on Cimarron seems testing out the Havoc.
I saw someone, and I
Actually, on the bottom right, you have Canadian actually walking in here to Macomb. I don't think Macomb really knows. I think their Canadians actually just going to walk in this for free. Canadian might hear them now. I actually didn't know if either team knew. Yeah, and then they do now, it seems like, and Macomb is trying to get some shots on them. Does get a knock Macomb does get a knock, and it's honestly they trade knocks. The Macomb Wraith is at 1 HP, trying to get a reset over here. Does get the full kill onto Canadian, and Canadian unfortunately is eliminated. They are out for this map. Pretty good fight for them. They honestly get blue shield, and honestly they might get the Volt for free, which means that they get better loot and a better rotate in. The zone actually, like no one's in the, like we only have 4 teams in the zone at the moment. So yeah, they're probably just trying to play for placement here. If you're one of these teams that are in the zone, I'm probably trying to go for the Evo Harvesters. So I'm trying to get blue and trying to get purple as fast as I can, stuff like that. So you can upgrade your shield, and it makes it so much easier to fight some of these other teams that might be on a lower shield than you. So yeah, let's go ahead and so it doesn't seem like any other teams are fighting. Let's see. You have Canute rotating possibly into Cheyenne. Cheyenne has blue shields right now, and you have Canute that is rotating into staging, as well as Davis Wolves 2. Davis Wolves 2 are rotating into staging. We have 3 teams running in here. Honestly, it's probably trying to fight for the recon and the ring consoles and the player scan, so they know where to rotate and how to rotate. You actually have Canute trying to hit the scan right now, which I don't think they're going to be able to because they're going to have 3 people looking at him. He might get shot while he's hitting the player scan. Not sure. He does get the player scan off, and if I was them and seeing how many people are around us, I would probably try to get a reset. They are getting third party from the backside from Cheyenne. For Canute, Canute is actually pinched in between Davis 2 and Cheyenne at the moment. Canute is trying to drop and trying to get a reset. I don't think it's going to be possible. Davis 2 runs in, almost gets another knock in. Actually does get the knock into, it does get the knock onto them. And the full kill, so that's an extra KP. One's playing, you're going to try to alter kill on the other side of this rock and try to get a full kill onto the Vantage. He's going to queue up and try to fight him. Goes up the stairs, he's onto his 1 HP, he's going to try to run him down. And that's pretty normal. Sorry, my mouse is not working there. So Davis 2 is trying to, if you're Davis 2, you're also trying to like heal at the moment. But Cheyenne actually is in a good spot. They have the height over there on, in front of both teams. He does get a knock onto Davis 2. This is actually not good for Davis 2. If you're Davis 2, you're probably trying to full reset and run away, which is exactly what they're trying to do, which leaves Canute trying to fight a 2v3 versus against Cheyenne. Cheyenne might actually try to walk up here and try to get a full kill. Towards the middle of the zone, you actually have Davis Wolves 1, maybe possibly running into Spyro. Not too sure. Spyro's just kind of waiting. It's not a bad play. They're trying to wait for them, and they're just waiting. They know they're trying to rat and maybe get like a 1-2-3 onto someone. Spyro is just waiting. Honestly, that happens. That's and you actually do have Ripley eliminating a team over here by outside of the vault, unfortunately. Then you have Macomb, who's actually on the low ground. They're probably gonna try. Yeah, the Wraith does know that someone is shooting at him now. And then you have Davis Wolves 1, and honestly, Spyro is just gonna sit there and wait. They're gonna try to play zone. They're gonna try to play placement. Davis Wolves 1 is going to try to zip across and maybe try to flank them. He does get a zip across on the left side. He does get a crack on, almost gets a crack on a Bangalore, but Davis Wolves, the Pathfinder does get knocked. They might honestly try to leave it and reset. If you're the Valkyrie, you're probably just trying to leave, to be honest. We're not. He is going to most likely get the thirst on this last one, and Macomb actually is. He does get the knock onto. Does get the knock onto another one. The two, only one. Davis Wolves, one player left remaining for them, so they're probably gonna try to reset. But you do have Ripley rotating into zone here. They hear all this fighting over here from Lava Siphon, so they're gonna try to rotate in. Spyro is just waiting there. And honestly, I respect it. Trying to play for placement and everything like that. Macomb is trying to maybe look for the last kill onto Davis Wolves 1, trying to get the thirst and stuff like that. He's kind of like moving his shield around, and he does get eliminated. And you actually do have Ripley over here trying to fight Macomb and trying to get some shots on top of the bridge, and he does get cracked. He does get a knock onto Macomb. Ripley is probably going to try to walk in here. They're going to try to hit a bat and probably try to walk in. We do have the lifeline instead of the Bloodhound this time, so maybe like a little bit more like HP, trying to like throw a Q and heal his teammates while he's trying to fight. They do get a. They are trying to hit the res on the lifeline inside of this building. Ripley, I think, knows that, and they hear that, and they're actually trying to hit a Wraith portal inside of there to try to maybe like capture one. But they do take the height on top of the building against Macomb, so, and they know that they. He throws the lifeline ult, which is actually not bad. That's a really good lifeline ult. He is going to try to stay on top of the grenade. The grenade's going to knock him. And Ripley is going to try to run in here and try to finish the knocks and everything. Let's get 2 knocks, and then 1 is cracked. They. This is probably going to be a squad wipe for Ripley against Macomb. Yep, and there goes Macomb. Macomb is now eliminated. Podge actually is the kill leader right now with 5 kills. They have 6 kills altogether, so they already like. They're not on match point yet, or they will hit match point, but even if they win this game, they will not win the series. You have to hit match point, and then you have to win the next or the following game or another game after that. So even though they hit match point, that doesn't mean the series will end here. On the north side, you actually do have possibly Cheyenne and Davis Wolves 2 fighting. Davis Wolves 2 does see Cheyenne rotating into here, but Cheyenne honestly doesn't know. They're trying to like grab loot here, and Davis Wolves 2 might have heard them. They do hit the ballistical. They are trying to run up here, right up on Cheyenne. Cheyenne turns around to try to fight them, and he does throw a Gibby bubble to try to stop them. He's probably going to try to run around this corner and hit a cell. Davis Wolves 2 is kind of worried about someone running through this tunnel, which I think just came from there. So you never know. You can never worry too much about that. So Canute does have 2 players remaining, and Papa is probably about to run into them as well. Let me see. There's no other really fighting across the map. Ripley does not know that Spyro is actually here. They're just waiting. And that's honestly perfectly normal. But on the left side, or the top left side of the map, you have Cheyenne fighting Davis Wolves 2. Davis Wolves 2. The ballistical actually just ran through trying to get a full reset on everyone's HP. Cheyenne is full HP except for a little bit of the shield cell onto Gibby. Cheyenne's playing for the height, goes for the height on top of the building. Actually, all 3 on top of the building as well. All 3 of them, they're going to try to run out of this guy and try to get a knock. He does get a knock onto 1. And Davis Wolves 2 does get a knock. They're going to try to, this is what I'm talking about, the ult is really good. You can take the ult back. They do try to hit it. And honestly, really good by Cheyenne immediately getting the ult off, because you know Alter can get a full reset. You have Wraith over here trying to run away, and he actually sees this. He's going to throw a jump pad and try to get the full knock on a Davis 2, which this can actually be really bad for Davis 2. if they don't get a full reset, they might not have enough kills here to even hit match point. Which means that match point would probably only be for Ripley. They are trying to kill this Wraith, and the Wraith was waiting for another Q. He is trying to live as long as he can. He's going to probably try to hit a bat here if he doesn't hear anybody. He's going to try to take his ult back. And there's the altar portal that I was talking about, how altar is so good. You can get a full reset. They might chase him through, and they do chase. Oh,
1 second.
not
We got
yet.
this.
They might try to take the ult back. But they are going to try to hold him from zone. So I don't think Cheyenne, the Davis 2 is going to survive the rest of this. I think they are probably going to try to hold them into zone. Yeah, you do have the Octane trying to here like posture and hold for them. Just get a 55, almost a crack onto one. Unfortunate. And then you do have Ripley over here heading towards epicenter. You do have the Kopal over here standing on the bridge, but the fight that we're looking at right now is Spire actually was trying to rotate in his zone. At the same time, Davis Wolves 2 and Cheyenne was holding it. Cheyenne's actually not in zone now, so that's what they're kind of worried about. They're like, let's run to zone and let's kind of hold out for everyone else. They're probably going to try to maybe grab the. He's not going to have time to grab the banner, so they're going to try to rotate all the way around in the zone, which is not a bad play. But yeah, you do have Cheyenne trying to hold for Davis Wolves 2, but Davis Wolves 2 is trying to rotate all the way around to the north side of the zone so they get a full reset. And honestly, it's not a bad play. Podge over here on the north side of the map does get another knock onto Kopal, and for Ripley, and Ripley does eliminate Kopal. You do have Spyro over here really close to Cheyenne, but you do see Davis Wolves 2 over here trying to, they do get the reset in the zone, and he didn't craft the banner, but he might be trying to go for this reset. Canute actually is going to go for this player scan, and they might actually see this team that's trying to rotate in. You do see Cheyenne here pinging out on the bottom side of the map. You do see Cheyenne pinging out Spyro, and Spyro is getting, one gets cracked. The Octane for Spyro gets cracked. They're trying to fight and trying to rotate in the zone. Almost 2 cracks, almost 2 knocks. He did. No one gets a knock. They might try to hit a Valkyrie ult or something like that and try to rotate back into zone. Cheyenne 2 is trying to put the pressure on them. They do have some nades that they could possibly throw on the other side. They do get an insane knock onto Cheyenne, but they are going to pop the Gibby bubble and get the res. You do have a Valk ult, just like I was talking about. They are Valk ulting up. Davis Wolves 2 on the north side of the zone is getting a complete reset. Ripley is shooting up on the team on the north side of the zone, Canute. But Spyro does get a full reset. That's honestly a good rotate for them. They get all the way around to the side of the zone. But Davis Wolves 1 is running them down. Is trying to run them down. So they're trying to get as many KP as possible. On the left side of the zone, you do have Cheyenne trying to rotate in. But on the north side, you do see Ripley looking at Davis Wolves 2. This is a big thing for Davis Wolves 2. They might not have enough points, like I said. They are currently 45 points, so they might not have enough. I don't know if they only have 1 kill, and they might not. If they get 6th place, they might not have enough kills. So they do get a knock on a Davis Wolves 1, and then they trade knocks right here. Ripley does have 1. Podge does get knocked, but they are going to get tapped by the lifeline, and the lifeline actually makes it to where they can hit that a little bit faster. And honestly, it might not be enough. I think Ripley actually will go out here, unfortunately, but they will have enough points to hit match point. So. Yep. You have Cheyenne over here trying to fight Davis Wolves 2. Davis Wolves 2 only has 1 alive. Cheyenne is trying to look for the final knock. Podge honestly does make it out alive. That's actually insane that he made it out alive. He might try to wait for the last one alive, but remember, he cannot win this game because the series cannot end because they haven't hit the 50 match point yet.
So they have no point. They have no points to that 7 kills, so they're going to hit match point this game no matter what. Podge stays alive or not, right?
Right. He is going to stay alive, but he cannot win this series.
Correct.
Because they're not on match point yet.
Correct.
So
correct,
Cheyenne is honestly trying to take the high towards this house, and on the north side of the zone, you
Canute eliminated Spyro.
Yep.
Yeah, on the north side there.
And you do have Davis Wolves 2. They're honestly probably trying to play for this replicator, trying to get the res. This is a good play. But you do have Davis Wolves 1 trying to maybe jump onto Canute here. They try to take the height. They're going to look down upon the team on the height, but honestly, their build is not in zone. I'm actually not sure why you would zip onto the other side when your TP
Podge
is
picked up a
on.
knock,
Yeah,
too.
Yeah, he gets a knock onto Cheyenne. He might try to run away. He tried to get the full finish onto them, and he actually wasn't able to do that. He's gonna try to get some of this loot over here and try to survive as long as he can. He's not gonna be able to get the really hit the reset.
Davis Wolves 2 is gonna get the reset here though too, on the right side of the zone. Full reset for Davis Wolves 2, which is huge. They actually really needed that, I think, in order to hit match point this game.
Yeah, they only have 1 kill, so I'm not even sure if they were able to.
Let's check the bracket real fast. Davis
Yeah, they
Wolves
have 45
2.
points.
Yeah, they only need 5 points this game.
And they only have 1 kill at. Oh, they have no. Oh yeah, they have 1 kill. So they have 1 kill, and with 6th place, they might have enough points. Let's take a look here. Davis Wolves 1 on height.
Canute is so separated. Canute, look at Canute. They are exceedingly separated all across the map here. Not sure what the play is there. Maybe it's just try to survive.
Yeah, try to get maybe like as many placement points as possible.
Yeah. And their best chances are to separate. I don't know. That's one strategy. Davis Wolves 2 is bunkered up in the RV. It looks like. Just the RV.
Yeah, they definitely took divide and conquer to a whole new level.
Yeah. Pod's still running around, staying alive. Gonna push the high ground here on the bridge.
Yeah, he definitely has enough points to go to the next. Oh, what an insane! He gets a crack onto the Gibby right here.
Crazy peek underneath that car.
Yeah, he's gonna try to run. The Octane's gonna try to run down Podge here. He's gonna try to run over here to the building. He does not get it. He doesn't have a tag yet.
He's got another one. He could.
Oh,
if he can get in the RV there, he's gonna do really well. He can survive in that RV if he gets inside.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is a good walk, and he also is going to have zip in time too. He's going to have both grapples as well. So he's going to be able to at least, I'm going to guess, probably get 3rd. Might have just cast. Oh wait, he actually has the beacons. He actually can get the res off here.
Oh no. Cheyenne does have a good angle on that res though. Oh, the Cheyenne's going to push it, unknowing that Davis Wolves is inside the building right beside him. Cheyenne hopping right on top of Davis Wolves.
And he does get the res off. He does get both.
Oh, Podge got him.
Wait, on the other side, he doesn't know. He doesn't know. The Canute was sitting here the whole time. He was sitting on the corner the whole time. And he does get the kill onto Podge.
Oh no. Podge getting knocked by the solo.
Unfortunately for Canute, Canute is 1 HP, but he they might try to like stay here and try to get HP, but they are probably gonna knock this door down. This is not gonna last.
Davis Wolves is fighting. The race you to try to get saved. Davis Wolves is super weak here. One knocked, other one hitting a bat.
Yeah, if you're Ripley here, you're kind of. Oh, he does almost get a crack on
Oh,
one.
they got him. Cheyenne's down. Davis Wolves won the fight. They have to work their way into zone here though. The zone's closing and it is going to hurt.
Yeah, Davis Wolves 2 cannot honestly. They're probably not gonna be able to get.
Oh, Ripley tried to get another res there for Podge. Couldn't quite get the Moby. Ripley is eliminated at number 3.
It is now Davis Wolves 1 versus Davis Wolves 2, and honestly, Davis Wolves 2 or Davis Wolves 1 is probably going to win this one. They weren't able to get the res off. Oh, he takes the Ash. He takes the Alta GP. He's gonna get the res here, but that race here for Davis Wolves 2 is kind of in trouble. They do swing him. They knock the altar, and that is probably going to be game for Davis Wolves 1. But Davis Wolves 1 is the winner for map 3.
Davis Wolves 1. And first, Davis Wolves 2 in second. I think Ripley got 3rd. No, Ripley got 4th. Was that Canute that got 3rd? Yeah. They had enough kills for sure. They definitely have enough points. So definitely 2 teams that match point this time. Maybe even a 3rd, depending on where they sit.
It depends how many kills Davis Wolves 1 got. Which winning first place, that puts them at 38. So they need 12 kills.
That's right.
If Davis Wolves 1 has 12 kills, then they're both at match point. Davis Wolves 1 only had 9 kills, so they are going to be put at probably around 47, and that's not going to unfortunately put them onto match point. Davis Wolves 2 and Ripley will be at match point, so that means that if either one of those, if Davis Wolves 2 or Ripley win, that means the whole game is over for and they will become the state champions.
That's right. Let's go ahead. There's that chat there. There's the score screen. Let's go ahead and check the bracket. Ripley is at match point at 60 points. Davis Wolves 2 is at match point with 48 points. Please. Let's make sure they all get readied up so we can go again.
And Lifeline is actually the third band, which is actually kind of interesting.
Lifeline's third band. Nice.
Yeah, so you'll definitely see probably some interesting comps now, like especially with Ash. And I saw I had a bunch of Lifelines at the very beginning. So Ash, Bloodhound, and Lifeline are now banned. So you'll see some pretty interesting comps probably coming into here.
That's right.
So
That's right. And so
probably see
yeah,
some
Ripley and Davis Wolves at match point. They are the only two teams that can win. Davis Wolves 1 is 3 points off of match point. So they cannot win this next round. They can only win the round following if they get 3 points. Now, if they get eliminated early on, they could still not be at match point next game.
Yep.
McCombs at 14, Cheyenne's at 12, Kapaw's at 11, Wayne's at 10, Cimarroon's at 10, Canute's at 9, Canadian is at 9, and Spyro is at 7. All right. Brandon, could you make sure the coaches realize that they are at match point?
Yeah.
You guys are doing anything for being here? This could be or could not be the last game of this. Gonna go back to World's Edge for round number 2 of World's Edge. 2 teams can win it and end the series right here and be your Oklahoma Apex Legends Scissortail Division State Champions. It is Ripley and Davis Wolves 2. And both qualify right here, or in the series right here to be your champions. Ripley and Davis Wolves 2 are both sitting at match point, ready to take the championship. Now they have to win though. It doesn't matter how many points they get. They could kill the whole lobby and get second place in this lobby and not end the series and not win the state championship. They have to win this match in order to win the series. So everyone gets readied up. Still waiting on a couple players to ready themselves up so we can go on with it. Here we go. One more to ready up. I eat dirt. He's ready up. Waiting for one more to ready up. One more to ready up. There we go. Everyone is ready. And we'll go to World's Edge, round number 2. Again, this time we have Lifeline Band, Ash Band, and Bloodhound Band. So I hope you're excited to see World's Edge with all those characters out of the rotation. See how this goes. Going into Legend Bands, I'm kind of excited to see how we go. Mr. Goat, if you are talking, we cannot hear. Going into the next series, one more. Oh no, one team dropped, so we do only have 30 teams, 30 players.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting with having a Lifeline band,
There's
especially with
lots
how
of
many
lifelines
people
that
are.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There's a bunch of Lifelines, so I definitely will probably see. Honestly, if you're one of these aggressive teams and you want to get as many kills as possible, maybe like Davis Wolves 1, who are like 47 points, or if you're Macomb or Cheyenne, you need a big point game. Probably playing somebody like Loba is not bad. You can just like drop down, get as much loot as possible, and then just instantly go to the next spot.
And a
Playing like an
scanner.
aggressive comp. One thing too is we haven't seen very many ballistics, which is ballistic was like I think one of the first people banned in
Yeah.
yesterday's stream.
Yeah, I
So
think so.
that was an
First picks,
interesting one to see.
first picks are in. Gibbies, some gibbies out
Oh
there.
yeah, we love the Gibby meta.
A couple bangs.
Some bangs. See a mirage, that's good.
Yep,
Couple
Wraiths.
Wraith, yeah.
Pathfinder's still in here, which Pathfinder I think is pretty strong right now with the update that literally just went live.
Yeah, the double grapple and the double ult is kind of crazy for how fast you can rotate and stuff like that. Makes it very, very easy. But you do, I mean, still doesn't stop you from getting absolutely cooked on the zip. So yeah, and honestly, since we have two teams over here on match point with Davis Wolves 2 and Ripley, you honestly might see them. I was wrong about this yesterday because our winners from yesterday, they just played the same exact way, but you might see them play just a little bit different. You might see them play a little bit more reserved, a little bit more careful, and about how you take fights because you're trying to play for the win. That's why I'm also. That's why I also was.
They're gonna pick a fight. Canute might pick a fight here early with Davis Wolves 2. Knowing they're on match point, picking a fight early is not a bad call.
No, absolutely not. Trying to get them out early.
Oh,
I don't know if Davis Wolves 2 now.
not as aggressive as I thought. They were peeking with the charge rifle, but they didn't quite want to take any shots. I mean, they're not being aggressive. They know they're over there. Oh, he's even got Sheila out, ready to go.
Evo harvesters are now available.
Of course, not really a long-range weapon, the Sheila is, but who knows? Not even putting a wall up though, just straight Sheila.
Oh. They do take a Gibby bubble, but they do the Gibby bubble actually for them, which lets them walk up and actually get an easy easy reset. But this is good for the Sheila. The Sheila is actually really good at this spot. You can get the shredded on him, gets a crack on it, but he does get knocked instead, unfortunately.
But it's only 2v3. Oh no, they're thirds there. They showed up. Just a little bit behind.
Yeah, if you are Canute here, you probably are trying to run away and reset. And you honestly, what's going to be able to happen, David Close 2 will eliminate Canute. Over here on the south side of the zone, you do just like the last game we had, Canadian actually is fighting
Combe.
Yep.
Combe on the height there. So Macomb definitely has the favorited spot here in this fight. On top of the building, looking down on their enemies. Good grenade there, though.
That's
yeah.
insane nade. Using the bin as cover. It's not a bad play, but honestly, if you have height, he does.
They padded up on him.
Play, yeah.
But went right over. Another one padded up. Macomb looking a little confused, maybe. Not knowing which way to look with all the players padding all around them, but they did get a knock.
It does get a knock, yeah. It does get a knock under them, and you either have to like get this reset pretty fast. If you're lifeline, you're probably trying to tap as fast as possible. You drop to the first floor, and honestly, they might try to get this finish as well.
Well, they're trying. Yeah, he's trying. The Wraith here, SXXL Diamond, is trying to do some damage to this bang. Got the knock.
Get a knock.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's the same knock or a new knock.
No, it was a different knock. Lifeline did drop onto Octane, and Octane is trying to heal and get a reset. If you're Bang, you're probably trying to do the same thing, trying to drop off and try to get a tap by Lifeline. But he does walk in. The Gibby does walk in. He does get a knock, but unfortunately, Canadian is eliminated. They're going to get the reset on that Gibby, and they'll be able to walk into. They honestly have zones, so they're probably okay for what they're doing right now. On the north side of the zone, you do have Davis Wells 1 hitting the scan. They do see that Quapal is over here at the edge of Monument, and they're also just going to probably try to walk in and get this. Davis Wells 1 only need like. If they get the squad wipe right, squad wipe right here, they honestly are, they already will be match point eligible as long as they win and the game goes on one more. But one of the Quapal members is super far, so they will only get 2 if they squad wipe here. Davis Wolves 1 is posturing for an opening. They're trying to just see where they are because honestly, they're just kind of waiting. They're on the other side. Here, he's probably maybe trying to craft a bat or something like that.
Yeah, It's like Kapaw's a little unaware that another team is so close. Oh, they hear the footsteps now, I think. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not.
Yeah, I think Davis Wolves 1 sees them now. So they're going to try to go in here, and they already did get top 10. So they will have a point here. So now they just need these 2 kills, and they will be match point eligible. But they, again, like I said, they cannot win unless they have to not have Ripley or Davis Wolves 2 win this game, and then they have to win the next one.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, onto the bang over here.
Not much action else going on around the rest of the map. Everyone is playing pretty quiet here.
Yeah, Spyro actually played here in the exact same spot last time, and they got pretty decent placement points, so they're probably trying to do it again. Trying to just get points for the back point. Yeah, and then they do get that second kill onto Paw.
Yep.
And so they will have enough points, but they will not be able to win the series based off this game. So they kind of need to still have a good game. They honestly probably need to try to win this game, just to stop Davis Wolves 2 and Ripley from winning the whole series.
And fanning here for Kapaw, unaware of Davis Wolves being up here on top there. Kapaw being eliminated there by Davis Wolves 1. But yeah, they're definitely at match point now, but they can't win until the next game. Davis Wolves 2. Everyone is really spaced out right now. Holding just different positions. Big circle. Lots of space here on World's Edge. And then, of course, loading into the game with only 10 teams. You know, that's half the lobby there.
Yeah, you have Spyro here. I think Cheyenne actually is probably about to rotate into this choke over here. And honestly, Spyro, they did this last game. Ripley walked by, and they just let him walk by. So honestly, they're just trying to get points through placement, and that's totally fine. That's totally... But honestly, Cheyenne is going the other way. And honestly, the last game, Ripley was playing... Podge is actually playing Gibby now instead of
I like a good
Kathy.
Gibby play.
Yeah. Maybe to try to bubble fight and play with a shotgun, which is a really good way to play Gibby. They don't have the player scan though, so like it's gonna be a little bit more difficult for them. They also don't even have a zone scan either. So they don't know where the zone is going to end.
Yeah, and going for match point, that's really, I mean, I would think you would play Gibby in like Newcastle. So
Yeah,
you
or, like,
have
Gibby
that,
Cat or anything
yeah,
like
to
that.
have
Yeah.
that end zone strength. Because all you gotta do is you gotta win. You don't have to
Yeah,
kill
that's it.
anyone. You don't have to fight. You don't have to do anything. You just gotta win at the end. So
Yep.
it is interesting to see that they did not kind of go that route. And they ended up going with a Bangalore and a Horizon.
Yeah, I don't even think we've
So
seen
they're
a
not
Newcastle all day.
While we have the Altar still in play. While Altar is
Yep.
super, super strong. Altar still in play there. And Davis Wolves 2 chose the Altar, the rate, and not a bad choice there, by no means. All three pretty good players. The Mirage is an odd pick. I don't see much Mirage, but that's okay.
Yeah, especially when you get into these legend bands, you kind of have to like play like somebody that you're comfortable on. You don't want to go into a very serious game like this where you're playing for a state championship and play somebody that you're not used to. So I definitely can see that if you're used to it. But you do see how Davis Wolves 1 looking at the backs, looking behind. They are behind Cheyenne right now, trying to shoot this Gibby. The Gibby might try to pop a bubble here, and unfortunately he's not gonna be able to.
On a
And
time.
honestly, if you're Cheyenne, you just like, yeah, dude, you're too far gone. Like, there's not a whole lot you can do for him. He was just a little bit too far rotating and stuff like that. Kind of just have to leave. And Davis Wolves 1 are probably gonna try to go for this finish.
Oh, they're gonna raid portal though. Cheyenne is. They got the portal too.
Yeah.
I wonder if
It's
Davis.
not a bad race, but I would say they actually.
Yeah, I would think they might take it.
They are trying to throw nades over there, maybe trying to get a crash.
Oh, they got the bubble though. The bubble's gonna help protect them from any of those nades.
We should go this way.
Oh no, they're just gonna choose to rotate off the Pathfinder zip instead. Try to cut them off before zone, I think.
Oh yeah, this will be a really good. This will be a really good zip right here. Trying to hold them while they're on the bridge. It's not a bad play. He's just got to. You got to place it pretty early, otherwise they're going to shred you. But this is the blue zip, so it's like it's not going to be as energized as the other one, and they still will get. It'll still hurt quite a bit when you're trying to run across, but they only get tagged a few times, which is probably okay. But you can get Cheyenne still shooting at them.
Good damage though with the charge
Yeah.
rifle.
When you
Coffee
only have a
machine.
minute to get into zone if you're them.
Coffee
They do
machine
use
is
the Gibby ult right here though, so
Yeah.
they do just push them off.
Invisibles 2 are getting into a position, it looks like, maybe to try to fight Invisibles 1.
There's a ring console over there.
And Cheyenne just going to try to survive running through that canyon there. Got to rotate into circle a little bit further south. Ripley hanging out on the far right side of circle, just playing their placement. But they do need to be a little bit careful. That, I mean, it would be nice to be on purples at the end game. So,
Yep,
I got an
exactly.
extended sniper mag here. Level 3.
And with this few teams left, and they're like, especially with another team probably going to get eliminated at the end of this zone, you don't have a lot of chances to get purple. So you're kind of just playing off the fact that, you know, hopefully other teams don't have purple, but like, some teams are definitely gonna have to be on purple. So, Valk, they're actually going to try to get a Valk scan here.
we're still on white here, going into the third zone. It's a little scary.
Yeah, definitely.
The Maroon is about to fight Davis 2. Maroon inside the building. Davis 2 walking up on the outside. Maroon doesn't seem to be that worried about them though. And Davis Wolves walks around to the next side, just trying to go ahead and get the ring. Again, they're trying to win. They're trying to get first in this round, not fight anybody necessarily. So they're just gonna go ahead and rotate right in the zone, right past Cimarron.
Yeah, you definitely see a bunch of these frag-heavy teams like Ripley and like Davis Wolves 2. Davis Wolves 2 only has 1 kill, which or maybe they have 2. Yeah, they only have like right now our kill leader only has 3 kills. Like the past couple of games, it has not really been like that.
Yeah.
But now that we have 2 teams on match point, they're trying to play as passive as possible. Not as passive,
Wolves
but
2
like,
taking a lot of damage. Yeah, walking up unknowingly onto Macomb in the building here. Davis Wolves 2 almost got their Bangalore, almost got knocked. It looks like Ripley is going to have some good angles on Davis Wolves 2. Only if they knew. That's the thing. These teams don't know who each other are. We know who they are, but they don't see the same information we see as spectators. So they don't know exactly who they're looking at. They kind of just have to guess.
Let's go this way.
they are trying to climb up into here right now. Honestly,
This
he's
one's gonna fight
on
it.
the red. They're going to Mirage through and try to fight it. He does try to go through with an alter Q. He does get a knock onto the Wraith.
I made the right choices. I'm at max level.
Does get a knock on the Bangalore is about only half HP, and honestly that will be a finish for Davis Wolves too.
Yep, Davis Wolves
on
too.
Macomb.
And yeah, Ripley seeing the action, but not paying it any attention, not worried about it. Hanging out, waiting for those end circles, waiting for that end zone. Not trying to do too much. Davis Wolves 1, taking a balloon, flying over into zone.
Care package over
We're pretty
there.
far from it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams left. Looks like Spyro walking in from zone, trying to reset here. Ooh, two of them make it.
Play for placement, yep.
Yeah, 2 of them made it. But Davis Wolves 1, knowing they're back there, it looks like, keeps peeking, not realizing though that Cimarron is inside the building. I don't think they have any idea. And they
I
might,
don't think so either.
yeah, they might get the jump on him here. Yeah, they have no idea they're inside the building. But
They don't
Yeah.
have the next circle though, but Ripley does have the next circle. So everyone, you see Davis Wolves 2, Davis Wolves 1, and Ripley all in the same circle. This is like a very must-win fight for
Davis
either,
Wolves 2 is
like, all-
walking
any all
up,
these things.
on Ripley unknowingly. I don't know if they realize Ripley's up there. Oh, they do now. Lots of damage onto the Gibby there from Davis Wolves 2. So Ripley just kind of rotating around a little bit. Not wanting to really fight necessarily. Trying to play that end zone. Again, they got a knock though. Davis Wolves 2 got a knock on Ripley. Ripley trying to get the reset here, but they might not be able to get it. They're getting zipped on. Yeah, Ripley got zipped on by Davis Wolves 1.
Yeah, and
Davis Wolves 2
here's-
walking in on him too.
And the Horizon is trying to get a full reset over here.
Davis Wolves 2, Ripley is eliminated. Davis
Ripley
Wolves
will not be the winner here.
2 looks like they're kind of fighting Davis Wolves 1. After Davis Wolves 1 pushed the Ripley team there, Davis Wolves 2 also pushed. Just a lot of chaos ensued there. Both teams took quite a bit of damage. Davis Wolves 2 looks like they're gonna push into zone here. Davis Wolves 1 fighting some Maroon on top here. Getting the
and
king.
Simmer are eliminated. Yep, so now it's Cheyenne, Davis Wolves 1, and Davis Wolves 2. Davis Wolves
Ooh,
1, one of the players does get knocked.
good
by
shot
the
from
Cheyenne.
Cheyenne, yeah. Triple take. Knocks Davis Wolves 1.
I'm here. So let's get you a duel.
Gonna push in on this, unknowing that Davis Wolves, the team that could win the state championship right here, is not in this fight and are gonna get a third party for free. Oh yeah, Shine and Davis Wolves 1 fighting each other. Davis Wolves 2 coming in, gonna wrap up on top of the Gibbio while they're inside the bubble. Could be an easy third party win for Davis Wolves 2 right here.
Yeah, they're trying to take the all third TP back, and unfortunately Davis Wolves 1 are eliminated, and honestly with only one person left, this should be an easy wrap up for Davis Wolves 2. They just have to find him. He is trying to pop him back and trying to climb up this rock and try to play as long as he can, but he does get an alter Q up, and he only tagged him for about like 20. He does still get inside of the zone. He is trying to Q and get away. He's honestly just gonna run him down. This would be kind of unfortunate.
Davis Wolves running him down.
Yep.
3v1.
And there you have it.
Davis Wolves 2 is your OKSE Scissortail state champions for Apex Legends. Congratulations, Davis Wolves 2. We'll still go to the scoreboard here at the end just to check out and see how everyone does. Dizzy, Bubba Jones, and Hop Off are your OKSE Scissortail Division Apex Legends champions. Congratulations, Davis Wolves 2. Nice raid skin.
Yeah. Pretty sure it's a battle pass one. It might be. It might not be.
Here is your match summary for that match. Go ahead and review it. I'm going to go ahead and manually upload and update the scoreboard overall. Make sure we look good there.
Yeah, Davis Wolves 2 gets first with 10 kills. Cheyenne second with 3 kills. Davis Wolves 1 with they get third place with 8 kills. Cimarron gets 1 with 1 kill. Ripley or Spyro gets 1 with 5th place. 6th place Ripley with 0 kills. Macomb 3 kills with 7th place. 8th place for Quapal with no kills. Canadian with 0 kills in 9th place, and then Canute in 10th place with also 0 kills.
And the overall scoreboard for today, as you can see on the screen there, Davis Wolves 2 with the most points and the state championship with 80 points, winning that last game. Congratulations. Ripley coming in at 63 points in second. Davis Wolves 1 at 62 points in third. Cheyenne in fourth with 24 points. Macomb in fifth with 20. Cimarron in sixth with 16. Quapaw in seventh with 13. Spyro in eighth with 12. Canute in ninth with 11. Canadian in 10th with 11. And Wayne in 11th with 10 points. Thank you all so much for joining us today. Thank you for being with us. Yeah, we will be live Thursday night here for Southeastern. We will play Rocket League Thursday night for the Division II National Championship. Hope you guys can join us for that. And then Friday night, Overwatch will be playing. So make sure to hit that bell, hit the subscribe button so you can get that notification whenever we go live later this week. Friday night, Overwatch will be playing for the Division III third place in the national tournament. Thank you guys so much.